Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on the morning of Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. And sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. Stand by for the rest of the story. And today's story is on the missing 30 months in world history. Yes, there's, by all accounts, 30 months that are missing that you look at the official accounts, and at the time, they were made by the Roman Catholic Church because it controlled most of Christian Europe at the time. And this is one more blemish on the Roman Catholic Church. And it all started, interesting enough. The year is 855 AD. The place, Rome. And there is a procession going on here it started. You see all these people and this young person in robes here, all nicely dressed. The procession started. But according to me and Mr. Paul Harvey's research, and mind you that the Catholic Church is numb on this, okay? And I can understand their numbness, and you'll understand why. The procession started in St. Peter's Square in 855 AD, but it never finished. And the story starts way back in 818 AD in Britain. There was a child born in Britain, John VIII. And when he was 12, he left England and went to study in Cologne for all kinds of studies. He ended up in Athens, where he met a girl, and so the story goes, she passed away. So he went to Rome, started his priesthood in Rome, and advanced. And the year is 853 AD. Pope Louis IV, or Leo IV, he unfortunately croaked. So the cardinals got together to pick another pope. And it so happens that John VIII didn't have any mistresses, didn't have any extracurricular activities going on at the time. And, they elected him Pope John VIII. But if you notice the curia of the Roman Catholic Church, and this is one of the reasons why me and the Catholic Church don't get along today, because they didn't put out the truth, and even today they haven't. Okay, I was born in Panama, raised Catholic, but when I found all these little disagreements out, I started asking questions, and those Catholic people got nasty. And all I ask is, why did you omit John VIII as John Anglicus ruler born in Britain and Pope John VIII? Well, John VIII did a lot of things. He built a lot of churches that are still around today. Yeah. And monasteries that are still around today. Around Rome. Yes, around Rome. But the Catholic Church today, the Curia, neither will deny or accept the fact that John VIII was a pope. And he was. From 853 AD to 855 AD. And like I said, he started with that procession. And he was riding a horse. And about halfway through that procession, and listen closely, Catholics, okay? Listen closely. Paul Harvey said this story about 40 years ago. And he researched, and I went back 20 years afterwards, and when I met him when he was in his 90s, I asked Mr. Harvey, gosh, if I were the Curia from the Roman Catholic Church, I would be putting this out there as my mea culpa. But yeah, but you'll understand why they don't. As me and Mr. Paul Harvey understood why they don't. Well, like I said, the story, John VIII, well, he was riding a horse and all of a sudden he keels over in severe pain. Oh boy, does he have pain. Oh, poor guy. Oh boy. He keels over and down the horse he went into the avenue. Yeah. And it holds the whole procession, and you hear, a miracle! Yeah, yeah. Oh no! It's a disaster! Oh yeah, oh no, yeah, no. And John VIII, at age, John Anglicus, alias John VIII, age 37, well, he had croaked. Poor guy. And everybody was trying to give him assistance, and all of a sudden, the crowd is ordered to disperse. John is attached to the tail of his horse, and his horse is whipped back on the avenue where they were going, and he is dragged all through that avenue till this one spot where they stop. John hasn't died yet. He's still around. And the crowd proceeds to stone him to death. And they buried him on that avenue. He's still buried there today. But the Roman Catholic Church at the Vatican will not go. All the popes since 855 AD have not gone and avoid that avenue with a passion. The government that followed, even today's current Italian government, hey, they will not tell you that there's a pope buried on that avenue, and it's just barely outside of the Vatican. Just barely. I mean, if they would have known that, they would have given the Vatican a little more room here, government of Italy. Yo-ho! Yeah. But John VIII is buried there. Yeah. Because he got stoned to death. Now for the rest of the story. John Anglicus, well, the reason he was stoned to death, people, it was really Joan Anglicus, or Pope Joan, of the Catholic Church. Joan, okay? And there's a baby buried there too with Joan after she got stoned to death and dragged through that avenue by her horse at the request of the Vatican in 855 AD. And there's no record of her 30 months because the Vatican and the Curia have purposely eliminated those, but there's records outside of the Vatican that confirm John VIII / Joan, Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, 853 to 55 AD, for 30 months. And now, you know the rest of the story. Sitting in for Paul Harvey, this is your favorite alien. Good day.